Hi everyone. So today I will be having a session on disadvantages of React. So mostly in interviews and all, for checking our knowledge, they may ask what are the disadvantages you have found in React projects which you have worked on. So a few of the disadvantages which I felt it should be there. I'm just mentioning it for your if it will be useful for you. So the first thing is load on client side rendering. So as we know, in React projects, we are actually not sending a request to the server, and we are not actually receiving the response from the server. So here we are actually doing everything on the client side itself. So that's why it's mentioned as client side rendering, right? So whenever this happens, it actually increases the load for the client side. So this actually it has some like initial loading time. We have some lazy loading technique which improves its performance, but still for initial time it also needs to be downloaded, right? So when we are going into that pages and all, so little initial load time is there, and that too on the client side rendering. So that can be a disadvantage for React projects. Then the lack of SEO. So the search engines, especially like Google and all, they claim that their crawlers understand JavaScript rendering. But the thing is that it actually most of the search engines does not. So it will be like we need to directly embed the SEO for each and every code, like using that labeling, right? Area labeling. So we have to implement it from our side. So lack of SEO is there from the React side of purpose. Then the next one is routing. So routing is actually it's not available. So like Angular and all, it is readily available in their framework, right? So here we need to install with the other package. We need to install an extra npm package called React Router DOM to handle this routing. And in Angular and all, it's already available. So form validation and handling. So like this itself, so we have like extra packages which we need to install, but for other frameworks it's not, they are readily available for them. So here for form handling and all, we have formic, or else we need to manually embed them, right, for validations and all. So these are a little bit disadvantages because it's simply a JavaScript library, so we need to embed the third party library. And then the comes JS6. So we all are very familiar with JS6 because it is very similar to HTML, but also a few points like which I had already discussed in the previous slides, and also a few points like HTML4 class name. So for the freshers or for the new people, it might create a confusion, right? So a little bit so even some people face difficulty in that because it's like in component we are actually clubbing them. It's having a written statement, it's having a JS6. So a little bit confusion can, or a little bit disturbance can may create in some of the coders. So that is another thing. Now state management. For state management in React, we have context API, but most of the organization, if you see, they are actually depending on Redux, because for the highly complex for the larger projects, we actually depend on Redux, because the state management is entirely handled by Redux in a different manner, right? We need not to depend on them. We need not to, like, it's completely an entire different management over there, and provides the state, and we readily whenever a state update is done, we are readily receiving it. So we need not to bother about, because context API and all, we need to provide, and we need to provide the consumers using use consumers. And so we need to embed, like we need to actually give an extra line of statement over there, whereas in Redux and all, it's readily implemented. We need not to bother about that, and most of the organizations use this Redux because of that. So that is the other thing. So that's some of the disadvantages which I felt to discuss with you guys. Please do subscribe for more videos, and if you find any difficulty, please do comments as well. And if for any other specific explanation, or for any other like any other like specific topic, if you want to discuss, you can mention in the comments. So I will be working on that. So please do subscribe for more videos from my side. Thank you, guys. Thank you.